just simple steel soap. So I'm going to grab a scale, a pot. This is what we'll put our oils into. Got our bowl, I'm going to zero that out. So our Castile soap, or our liquid soap, is made up of basically 4 oils. Coconut oil, olive oil, rapeseed oil, and palm oil. So 2 of those oils are liquid at room temperature and 2 of them are solid. They all have different properties that they bring to the soap. It's really a nice all-purpose soap. So it's great if you're making, if you want to make body wash, or if you want to even use it as a laundry soap, or to clean your house, mop your floors with. It's great for that because it's a nice, well-rounded soap. So we'll go ahead and get started. I always like to do my solid oils first, and then what we're going to do is weigh those out into the pot, and then I'll add my liquid oils, and then everything will go to the crock pot back here to melt. And then once those are melted, we'll add our lye mixture, which for liquid soap, it's potassium hydroxide instead of sodium hydroxide. So they're both called lye. One is just leaves the soap in a liquid form, and the sodium hydroxide changes the molecules so that it becomes a solid bar of soap. So really that's basically it. And this is quite a lengthy process to make this soap. It takes about 24 hours from start to finish. It'll take about, I don't know, an hour or so to melt everything, maybe not even that long. And then it's got to cook, and the cook process is what takes the time. So the first probably half of the total time, the saponification is going on. And then after that, once the saponification is done, in other words, once the lye has turned the oils to soap, it goes through a dilution process where we'll add some water to the paste, because as you'll see when we do the video, I'll show you the different stages of the soap. It kind of goes through 4 phases. Go through like a custardy phase to like a dry, almost like mashed potato, like a dry mashed potato stage. And once it gets past the mashed potato stage, it'll go to like a translucent, almost, it kind of reminds me of like Vaseline, like an amber colored Vaseline. All of our recipes, and anytime you're soap making, or you always want to weigh all of your ingredients. It's just much more accurate. And then I really like using grams instead of ounces and pounds, just because it's, again, way more accurate. So we got our coconut oil, and then I'm going to go ahead and grab our other solid oil, the palm oil. Palm oil's had a lot of scrutiny because of its harvesting practices. So just, we buy our palm oil from a reputable source. They grow the palm on a farm. It's harvested like you would any other agricultural crop. It's not using child labor, that kind of thing, illegal sort of practices. So most reputable companies will source their palm oil from a reputable source. And it'll tell you on the packaging or on the case that it's that. So it just looks like Crisco. It's really just like shortening. In fact, this particular one that we use, a lot of bakeries use. It's really good for frying donuts in because of its fat content. That's the worst part, is the solid oils. Then we'll go do our liquid oils next. Now you can variate this recipe, and I have done that for customers. A lot of customers just want straight olive oil for their soap. So it's very, that's what's great about this liquid soap, is you can make it any way you want to. If you wanted to, maybe like if you were making it for a body wash, you might want to add some butters like shea butter or cocoa butter or mango or whatever. It's real easy to variate those and switch those out, and we do customize. So if there's something specific that any of you are interested in, just let us know. I do the smallest quantity that I make it is a gallon, so if you did want something customized, we'd ask that you buy it as a whole gallon, just so that I don't have it sitting around. But two, we do have 3 varieties that we offer bulk now in the store. We have the blend that I'm doing today, more cleansing blend, which is basically it's the palm oil and the coconut oil. So the coconut oil is the #1 cleansing oil, and it's going to give you nice bubbles. We do have a combination of just the coconut and the palm oil, which is nice for that purpose, like liquid dishwashing soap, laundry soap. Again, if you could use that too as an all-purpose for cleaning. People like the more cleansing, even for their body. Even though I don't really recommend it because it's going to be pretty drying, but some people like the feel of that soap better. So you could use it, make it as a hand soap as well. There's many options. You could even take that blend and then maybe add some oils to that to make it less drying. You can do that too. We use a pumice olive oil, so I'm going to add my liquid parts now. We are a business, so we like to scrape every little drop out of the pail. Waste not, want not. It's all about the pennies. And all right. What's that one? Alright. I'll show you. Let's just, you can see that? Yeah. So that's our oil mixture. And now we're just going to put that in our crock pot, put our lid on it, and then let those melt. And while those are melting, I can get my lye water ready to go, so that once those are melted, I can add those to that. Now, usually what I do here, because I'm probably doing 16 other things at once, I'll usually stick a thermometer in here and set it to a temp that I want. So these oils, at about 122, they'll be ready to go. So I'll set it to like 125. And then pop my... Well, that's basically it for this segment. We're going to let those melt, and then we'll add our lye mixture, and then I'll kind of take you through the first stage, and then through all of the stages, basically. And then typically what we do, once it reaches its solid form and gets to that, the Vaseline sort of translucent amber color, we will go through the dilution process, and I'll show you that. So stay tuned. Okay, so we're at our, well, it's gone down now because I took the probe out, but we're at our melted stage. So there's still a few chunks in there, but the lye will heat this mixture up and we'll get that part melted. So it's going to show you here quickly. We've got our lye mixture that I've mixed. I'm going to add that to the batch. Sorry, I'm doing this one-handed. So then we're going to take our... Okay, I'm back. I forgot to get my stick blender. So this is our stick blender. This is a essential tool. This is what we're going to use to mix our mixture. So I'm going to just make sure I get all the air bubbles out before I hit it, and then I'm just going to start mixing. It's going to be loud. So. So here you can kind of see it thickening up a little bit. It's getting more or less custard. This is now the solid. Let's see if I can do this without. You can see how quickly, and the steam coming off there, it's really hot. It's like lava. But yeah, so this is what I'm saying. It's like mashed potato-y kind of texture. Sorry, it's hot every time I stir it. But you see how white this is right now. And this is now going to go through a cook phase where it will cook for several hours. In fact, probably overnight. It'll be tomorrow morning when I come back to this. and you'll see the color change, and then we will begin the dilution process. That's it. So that took about 30 minutes to get it from that liquid state to this state. Now I'll put a cover on it and leave it alone. I won't need to really stir it anymore. I may if I happen to think about it. But so here's the finished product. This is what it looks like when it's done. So it's a nice, beautiful amber color. So ready to go. Now it's just gotta cool. Love it.